told us chase fast money,
money,
worship greed,
love for trading,
panic with the crowd,
modern Babylon,
build on fear,
distraction and emotional slavery,
but discipline,
patience,
wisdom, that's how you escape a system.
smart action trading.
Yeah, Jericho walls falling when my faith get louder. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit's stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get tested. Escaping Babylon,
I can live chain of fear,
market full of idols.
I should walk with vision clear,
Planting seeds of silence.
while they chase attention.
Labor bring the harvest when you move with intention. Used to chase every candlelight and move with salvation. Lost inside the noise, trapped in desperation. Babylon system got the masses moving blind. Over leveraged souls getting swallowed by the grind. See the charts became mirrors showing pride and greed. Every red candle exposed what's inside of me. Had to crucify emotion, let discipline arise. Cause my vans trading kill quicker than a thief at night. Jericho standing tall like impossible resistance. But faith make walls go after consistent persistence. Joshua marching even when it made no sense. The patience in the rocket when you wait for confirmation. See the weak chase entrance, the wise wait calmly. Person either burst pipes or create kings sharply. Now I move strategic like the shepherd with the stone. Gave it burst of giants every morning at the hope it don't fold. In the wilderness, the promise still ahead. Every loss ain't destruction. Sometimes God rebuild the traitor instead. Jericho walls following my faith get loud. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit's strong. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get them tested. Escaping Babylon,
I can live chain of fear,
market full of idols.
I just walk with vision clear,
Planting seeds of silence,
while they chase attention.
labor bring the harvest when you move with intention. I seen traders worship poverty like a golden calf. Losing sales, chasing candles, moving way too fast. The wisdom worth more than silver and the gold. The disciplined mind worth more than what's inside your palm. Following up a lot harder when I say I had to break resistance. Sparking levels in the chains that kept affecting my decisions. Now they set a cleaner, spirit moving sharper. Every setback became fuel for moving smarter. They panic with the crowd when the headlines hit. I move like no one built it while they left that. Preparation look foolish before the rain arrives. But survivors think different when they fighting to survive. Fast seasons feeling buried underneath the pressure. The seeds gotta die before they multiply forever. That's kingdom mathematics, that's the Lord's own reaper. Patient trader eat, non-emotional trader sleep. Yeah,
It's bigger than trading.
it's about mastering yourself.
Anybody can enter a trade.
You can conquer emotion.
Escape Babylon,
Cycle,
move with wisdom,
build with faith.
smart action trading.
They told us chase fast money,
Money,
worship greed,
love for trading,
panic with the crowd,
modern Babylon,
build on fear,
distraction and emotional slavery,
but discipline,
patience,
wisdom, that's how you escape a system.
smart action trading.
Yeah, Jericho walls falling when my faith get louder. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit's stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get tested. Escaping Babylon,
I can live chain of fear,
market full of idols.
I just walk with vision clear,
Planting seeds of silence,
while they chase attention.
labor bring the harvest when you move with intention. Used to chase every candlelight and move with salvation. Lost inside the noise, trapped in desperation. Babylon system got the masses moving blind. Over leveraged souls getting swallowed by the grind. See the charts became mirrors showing pride and greed. Every red candle exposed what's inside of me. Had to crucify emotion, let discipline arise. Cause my vans trading kill quicker than a thief at night. Jericho standing tall like impossible resistance. But faith make walls go after consistent persistence. Joshua marching even when it made no sense. The patience in the rocket when you wait for confirmation. See the weak chase entrance, the wise wait calmly. Person either burst pipes or create kings sharply. Now I move strategic like the shepherd with the stone. Gave it burst of giants every morning at the hope it don't fold. In the wilderness, the promise still ahead. Every loss ain't destruction. Sometimes God rebuild the traitor instead. Jericho walls following
my faith get loud. Used to pray emotional, now my spirit's strong. Joshua rebuilding while they got it every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get them tested. Escaping Babylon, I can live.
The information shared during this live stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. All trades, ideas, and strategies discussed are my personal opinions and are not recommendations to buy or sell any securities. Trading involves risk, and you should always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial professional before making any investment decision.
Top of the morning, traders, and happy Thursday, July 23rd, and welcome to the most value-packed live trader show, where we live trade, breakdown charts, cover high-impact events, and talk trader mindset. Hope everyone had a wonderful day yesterday and is ready to kick off another opportunity-filled day. So today is the day. We got a busy day. We did get unemployment claims that came in below forecast and previous reading, but the big thing is the market is reacting to the Tesla and Google earnings calls and sliding to the downside and is poised to gap down to open things up. As you're coming in, guys, smash the like button. Continue to remain patient. Don't let all the activity pressure you into starting to size up and doing things out of the ordinary. Continue to stick to your setups. Allow your setups to come to you. And of course, spy with that massive gap down, and we're below that weak downside breaker. So we're officially open. Good morning, guys. 100 likes, we'll do the giveaway, right? So the fastest path to 100 likes is as you're coming in, smash the like button, right? If we can get 100 likes before 10:30, we will do the giveaway here. Good morning. That might be the biggest gap we've seen all month. Gap up or gap down. So we're seeing some pressure being put. Also, keep a close eye on the VIX, 1950-19. Crude is above 90. A lot of activity taking place, guys. A lot of activity taking place in the pre-market, right? So we're officially open. Good morning, guys. Good morning. IWM seeing a little bit of a buy up off that PML and that 240, that 290. See, there's some legitimacy behind that push. Let that 1 minute candle close out. Netflix. Keep a close eye on the Netflix breakdown. Palantir breakdown as well. Okay, let's mark out that gap. TOG, BOG. We have the 5-minute orb army. You guys are the first ones on the clock. So a significant gap down. First ones on the clock are the 5-minute orb army. We are testing that 50 EMA on the hourly. All right. So what I told the team this morning is be very careful going short right off the open. Right. We know the breakdown is brewing. Right. But there's a checklist that needs to be met. There's criteria that needs to be met because they can very well push this thing back up. Buyers can buy it off those lows. All right. Pre-market is not to be trusted. If you trade pre-market, that's fine. Right? But pre-market is a completely different universe. Okay. Pre-market is a completely different universe. Look at this. So off the open, we're pushing. Back that weekly downside breaker. Look at that. Right? That's why it's so important not to have that inherent bias based on what took place in pre-market. Let the market prove itself to you. Okay, good morning, guys. Good morning. Right off the bat, we're starting to bounce off those lows. Okay, Shockwave 5. Those are the first ones on the clock. We're seeing synchronized buying across the board. Dip buyers. Okay, dip buyers. Look at that hourly candle starting to get pushed back to the upside. We're looking to test that weekly downside breaker. Man. Look where Alphabet is. Alphabet is testing the 320s. Tesla's testing the 338, 340s. All right. So the pump fake is unreal. Okay. Q's trying to go hammer here. We did go nice engulfing candle on the 15 on SPY. Same thing on the Dow, and on small caps we did bounce off that 290 and that PML. Okay, and that's why it's so important not to buy into what you see in pre-market. That's the oldest trick in the book. Okay, it's almost like a pump fake. All right. Oldest trick in the book. And where's the VIX, guys? VIX rejects off that 1945. It's below 19. So one of the criteria not to go short off the open is not satisfied. All right. So you see that now the buyers are stepping in aggressively. All right. Everything's getting bought up off those lows. First thing you want to do before you take any trades is take a look at the IV. SPY's IV is, guys, 25%. Why? Why SPY's IV 25%? And as the VIX works its way to that below 19, guys, the IV is going to start to shrink. Okay, so you can fall victim intraday to IV crush as well. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone on YouTube. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, guys. Let's go through the YouTube chat here. Let's go through the YouTube chat. ExxonMobil continues to push. Healthcare pushing. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Shockwave 5. That's the first one on the clock. If you trade Shockwave 5, let me put the dashboard so you can see the exact level. Hourly candle starting to reverse. See if it's legit. No signal yet. Shockwave 5. 741.37. Crude is still holding up right at that 1990. See if we can hold above that VWAP. Small caps did reclaim VWAP. The Dow did reclaim VWAP. See if we can stay above it. The main thing is this candle right here, this hourly candle. Can that hourly candle hold? Can that hourly candle hold? Nvidia starting to push. Memory's pushing. Memory's pushing. Memory is pushing. Even if you took the puts, guys, from overnight, make sure to take profits. That's going to start to really dent your profits. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Let's shout everyone out on YouTube. Let's get to the YouTube chat here. Nvidia shot out of a rocket. So the CapEx spend, if you listen to Google's earnings, right, they're not slowing down on the CapEx spend on AI, right? There's no slowdown in the amount of money that's being poured in. Good morning, George, and all viewers. May God bless you and your family, health, economy, followers. George, may you receive likes from all viewers. Thank you, Fishman, as always. God bless you too. God bless everyone in the chat. Verse of the day, Ephesians 4:32. Appreciate it. Intro song is dope. Good morning, Sid. Thank you for supporting the channel. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, J1P. Good morning, Paul Man. Overnight SPY QQ puts from overnight out 100%. Beautiful job. Good cut. Shockwave 5 coming into play. We have Sounds Heal Me. Good morning. Good morning. Let us know where you're joining from, guys. Let us know where you're joining from. Tesla continues to drop, fall off a cliff. This is actually, it has a 1-to-1 currently. Let's fix that to 2-to-1. Because naturally with the range, okay, naturally with the 5-minute range is going to be very tight. It's a tighter range. There we go. right? So you can do a 1-to-1 all the way back to all the way back to aggressive, which will coincide with 740. Okay. If you did take that, manage accordingly. Remember, it continues to push. PLTR continues to fall off a cliff. How's our friend Meta doing? Our longtime friend. So Tesla's not tradable. IV's too jacked up. See if we can come a little deeper and then reclaim. Come into here, test here, then reclaim. I could potentially be there for that. If you're already in, manage accordingly. So Shockwave 5 is going to be added to the Shockwave suite. All right, we have 140 people joining us this morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're seeing an injection of volatility in the market with Tesla's earnings, Google earnings, unemployment claims, and the situation in the Middle East escalating, okay? So a lot of things the market has to price in. So 100 likes is the goal, guys. 100 likes is the goal. Make sure to like the video. So for today's giveaway, we usually do courses, all right? The 5.5 hour course. For today's giveaway, we will do, okay, let's see. We'll do a one-on-one coaching call. Okay, a one-on-one coaching call giveaway. All right, so that's the incentive. Between now and 10:30, 100 likes. All right. Yep, Intel has earnings today as well, so a lot of things for the market to digest. The 15s, respect the 15s across our bird's eye views, looking good. The 15s are looking good. It just seems like SPY wants to stall there, spend some time there. All right. If you're going 1 DTE further dated, you can sit through that. That hourly looking like it wants to reverse. All right. But the moment that we start to break back below that weekly upside break or weekly downside breaker, we're at last week's lows. Unless this is a sweep of last week's lows, if we fall back under 740.81, that's a retrace reject. Because on the higher time frame, that's going to be a wick candle. All right. So now we're above it. We're sweeping last week's lows. We're starting to create some separation. Okay. So if you need to take some profits off right there, make sure to do so. Okay, so Shockwave 5. You can already extract double digits and call it a day. I want to take off the tracker. There we go. And you want to take that? If you took that dollar signs in the chat, where is my tracker? Scale out. Scale out. So there you go, guys. Scale out. You already hit 1R. And then my Shockwave 15 camp. Your time is coming next. Your time is coming next. So it tells you to take the calls there. It tells you where your risk is. It tells you to scale some right there. Take some profits. If you want to hold through that, right, then the target is up there. If you want to go beyond that, target up here. Okay, look at that. Okay, that's why it's so important. We discussed this with our team in the pre-market. Okay, don't fall for the trickery you see in pre-market. Have an extensive checklist. All right, one of those things for us was the 19 of the VIX. Okay, and our response to 1950. You know what happens, guys? We go to 1945. We reject out 1945, come to 19, and slice right through 19. So that tells us there, right off the open, all right, it's not in your best interest to short. Okay. Because we're seeing some dip buyers step in. INTC IV 254%. Yep, that's the nature. So by default, INTC's IV is already at 140. So it's been stuck at 140 in the hundreds. Yeah, during earnings, guys, those IVs skyrocket. Okay. AAPL is sitting right in some major support. Okay, bigger picture support, but Shockwave is presenting an opportunity. So I might have to take that to the downside. We got ExxonMobil. Have my eyes on ExxonMobil. XOM, ticker symbol XOM. Okay, Shockwave 5 time is done. Okay, Shockwave 5 is done. Now it's 15. So this gives you the setup between 9:30 and 9:44. Gives you the idea. So it got a job done. Now it's cut off. Unless you want to use reclaims and all that stuff, that's up to you. But that time has been cut off now. Apple, looking at the 315s. These are expiring tomorrow. These are Friday's contracts. Apple need that continue push below PML. Need that continue push below PML. What's our friend Netflix doing? Netflix holding up. What's our friend Dell doing? Okay, anyone take Dell? That downward compression on Dell, that was one of the ideas. All right, so keeping a close eye on Exxon, keeping a close eye on Apple. See if Apple can continue to push the downside. All right, I got to respect that breakdown on Apple because Apple, bigger picture, we're sitting at that major support. So I want to give it a very tight leash. So I want to get a nice clean entry. I want to see Apple hold below that PML. That coincides beautifully with that entry. Okay. Now we're looking to take the Apple puts here. Just want to make sure that there's no buyers at PML. Now between that 329.31 and that between that 320.31 and that 320, all right, there can be some buyers there, so let those buyers get cleared out. Let those buyers get cleared out, and Apple will be ready to go. If you took Apple already, manage accordingly. For the puts, if you took it already, manage accordingly. You have room at that PML and eventually that 320. Those are going to be the biggest areas of contention. Okay, those are the biggest areas of contention. So Shockwave 5, okay, you're done. All right, you come in, you clock out. Now Shockwave 15 is here. If ExxonMobil starts to go, we'll pay attention to ExxonMobil. Apple looks like it wants to bounce off that PML, so I want to let that clear out. I want to get an entry near that level, so I want it to reclaim and then fall back under. I'm looking at the Apple 315s. Here we go. Tesla, puts on Tesla, of course. IV, be mindful of IV. Puts on Alphabet. Okay, that's earnings catalyst. I would highly recommend not touching that. Apple, just missed my entry there on Apple. I want Apple to come to this right there. Okay, I want Apple to come to that territory right there. So Shockwave 15. So Shockwave 5. You got the job done? Let me do a beginner. And I just finished the white papers, okay? So that'll be released. If you already have Shockwave, all right, it's basically the white papers explaining everything in detail along with, all right, step by step on how to set it up, all right? So everyone who's purchased Shockwave, you have access to it, all right? So I'm still trying to figure out how I want to roll out the 5, 30, 60, and Lotto. There goes Apple. Nice puts on Apple. Anyone catch Apple? If you did, congratulations. Qs are starting to drop here. If we close below this weekly downside breaker, that means we're starting to reclaim back the downside. Okay, this is just an elaborate shooter candle on the higher time frame. Apple puts printing. Go, go, go. Okay, TP1 hit on Apple. If that 320 holds, Apple has room to continue to drop. All the indexes starting to sell off now. You saw that? You saw that nice little pump. Okay. Shake out all those shorts. And then now when those shorts lose confidence and the buyers get confident, they want to get that drop. So Apple has been the best one so far. If you took Apple, congratulations. So SPY, one setup on SPY. One setup on Apple. SPY calls. Apple puts. All 4 of the indexes are below that VWAP. It's very difficult here, guys, because we're at 50 MAs right there. So it's really hard to short it when the 50 MAs right there on the hourly. Apple, I'll be there for the retest. Count me in. Tesla can't touch that. Google can't touch that. Yeah, so I have I announced it yesterday. There's going to be more time frames added to Shockwave, right? We're going to do the 5. There's going to be one available for. They're all separate. One is going to be available for the 5-minute. Of course, the 15-minute is the standard one. We're going to have one for the 30-minute. We're going to have one for the 60-minute, and then we're going to have one Shockwave Lotto. So we're rolling out more of them to give traders more options depending on what their time horizon is. Okay. Anyone catch Apple? Good, good, good. Thanks for wave 5. So put in the chat, which one are you most excited about, or which one fits your style of trading? The 5, the 15, the 30, the 60, and we'll leave the Lotto out of there. 5, 15, 30, 60. SPY is back at 740. All right, so the calls were available here. All right, for a nice push to upside for about scale out 1R, and SPY is starting to drop now. As SPY is starting to drop, Apple is starting to push back the upside. And guess what, guys? Peekaboo. Peekaboo on VIX. VIX is back above 19. So as VIX reclaims 19, it needs to start to push towards and above 1950. Guess what? Crude is above the highs of the day. Crude is above highs of the day. If crude continues to run, all right, I'm going to keep a close eye on ExxonMobil above PMH. And wave 15. Apple 23%. Beautiful job. Make sure to pay the trader, guys. Make sure to TP. See profit, take profit. See profit, take profit. The kind of returns you can get on these contracts, right? Takes a full year. All right, so don't forget, don't discount. I know we love to catch those massive trades for hundreds of percents, 80%, 90%, 100%, 200%. But don't discount the 15s, the 20s, the base hits, because you will be glad if your portfolio by the end of this year, long-term portfolio by the end of this year, if you're invested in S&P, all right, is up 20%. You would be happy. That would be a good year. Okay, we're about to roll that out, the 5. The 5, the 30, and the 60, and a lotto. Apple, that was nice. Nvidia starting to climb. Memory still relatively strong. That's a nice little pullback on memory. Nvidia was strong yesterday. Nvidia, I'm looking at the 215s, 212.50s. These are tomorrow's expiration. The calls on Nvidia if it comes into play. It's going to be depending on what kind of separation we create from that 19 on the VIX. So right currently the VIX is hugging 19. Okay. So we can essentially correlate that 19 on the VIX to this zone right here. Okay. So you see how we're correlating those two things. So when the VIX gets sticky to 19, more than likely SPY will gravitate towards this territory during first shift. When the VIX creates separation to downside, more than likely SPY will work towards the highs. When the VIX starts to create separation to the upside, more than likely SPY will work its way to the downside. Okay. Okay, that's going to be our SPY VIX. Hugging that VWAP, still within that opening range, that 15-minute. Nvidia can possibly come into play. Apple, I have my alert set on Apple for that reclaim. You can look at, if you're looking for a key zone between 220 and 219, 219.31, 320 and 219.31, not 220, 320. Apple is kind of its own creature, right? Apple kind of just does its own thing. Sometimes it's on board, all right? Let's just say this. Apple is by default is disagreeable. All right? Apple kind of does its own thing. Sometimes it agrees with what the market is doing, sometimes it doesn't. All right? So Apple kind of exists on its own. Sometimes it can be going the inverse of what the indexes are doing. Sometimes it can be going the same direction. Okay, sometimes it can just kind of be doing its own thing. Indexes are chopping. Apple is pumping or dropping, right? So Tesla continues to drop, guys. Tesla's headed towards that 320, guys. It's at currently at 326. If that 325 can't hold, Tesla 320s, here we go. Tesla 320s, here we go. Out of all four of the indexes, the name that's the closest to break down is the SPY is possibly the closest one to break down. Did we break both sides here on the 5? Nope. So this is going to be a compound break. Okay, this break is a compound break. But for us to break that, guys, we need to get below this key zone. And we can use that key zone as a point of rejection as well. So to ensure that there's no reclaim, explosive reclaims that come into play. In that case, I'm looking at the IV's elevated on SPY. All right, 737, 736 is by the time we do get there. Could be the optimal contracts. QQQ also rolling over. QQQ putting some pressure on that PML. Look at the 736 puts when we do get down there. So by the time we do get down there, the value of those puts are going to increase, so they're going to be more expensive. So be mindful of that. QQQ, ooh, IV on QQQ is through the roof, guys, 40%. So be mindful of that. All right. Separation being created away from the 19 to the upside. SPY creating separation away from this VIX SPY zone to the downside. Only thing between us and those lows is this key zone. Tesla's headed towards 325. Took out dividend Friday expiration out 25%. Beautiful job. Bitcoin is testing that 65 case below it. No buyers at 65. That's no bueno for Bitcoin. I think it's been a full 2 years now. Is it 2 years? Year and a half where Bitcoin has not been doing much. Or it's kind of just been it's been a long winter for Bitcoin. MU, let's get our quick check on MU. 30-minute check. MU still within that open range. JPM. Broadcom open in range. Palantir still in that open range. So a lot of names are still within their opening range. Okay, so a lot of names are still within their opening range. Apple broke down. Okay, Apple is testing that pre-market low. Okay, the market here is very skittish. Okay, market is really not sure what to do. We have a new hourly candle here, top of the hour. All right, so our hourly range is here. We break below these lows, selling continues. We break above these highs. There's signs, some potential signs of life. Hourly reversal brewing. Currently inside. On the 30, 30 is also inside. So that 30 and that hourly are identical. On the 4 hour, okay, that 4 hours is bearish as can be. Hourly inside, 15-minute inside, 5-minute inside. All right, you can see what's happened in the price. When you see multiple time frames inside, more than likely price is contracting. Okay, price is contracting. That's why there's so many insides. When inside, the rule is, the SAT rule is, when inside, don't decide. When inside, don't decide. When outside, pick a side. When outside, pick a side. Okay. So first 30 minutes down, guys. Let's get the likes up. We're halfway there. We have 50. We have 150 people joining us. 52 likes. Right, 100 likes. We will do another 50 likes. We'll do the giveaway for the exclusive one-on-one coaching call. All right. So we'll switch it up from time to time. We'll do a coaching call for the giveaway for today. NVIDIA. Right, that breakdown in NVIDIA can possibly come into play. Just be mindful of that PML if you're using Shockwave. That 208.27. Okay. This is right under Shockwave. Okay, Apple. Going for that retrace reject. Okay, Apple is starting to push. See, Apple can start to recoil. Okay, Apple's starting to push. Keep in mind, Apple, bigger picture is at this major support, so I want to get a nice confirmation. Apple wants to go back and test that VWAP. Fall back under at Apple. And I'm looking at the 315s. If it continues to accelerate to the upside, doesn't fall back under, reclaims VWAP, then I'll let Apple be. I won't take a bite of the apple. Keep a close eye on the cues for that breakdown. Keep a close eye on SPY for that breakdown. And NVIDIA also potentially brewing. Looks like Apple wants to go the other way what the market is doing. So Apple crossed back below that level. Apple testing VWAP. I'll be interested. If it does not cross back below that level, reclaim back the downside, I'll let Apple go. Okay, all the indexes still within their opening range. So outside of that 5 minute shockwave, that scalp that was available for 1 hour, and Apple's initial breakdown, there hasn't been much. All right, there hasn't been much. So patience is key. Patience is key in these conditions. How are we doing so far, team? How are we doing so far during the first 34 minutes of the day? During the first 34 minutes of the day, how are we doing so far? Anyone take any trades? Is everyone still sitting on their hands? Small caps look like they want to go. They're all the major indexes are very, very close. Okay, so no reclaim back the downside on Apple. If it comes into play, okay, I already have my area where I want to get involved set up. If crude continues to push, is at 91, is near the highs of the day. Okay, then more than likely, Exxon can come into play. If that does, I'm looking at the Exxon 160s. You can go with the 159s. Or at the money, in the money, whatever works best for you. Those are the Fridays. Friday cons. No trade is a good trade. I second that. I'll go as far as to say no trade is an excellent trade. Took 330% on SPX puts overnight. Beautiful job, Fishman. That is a wonderful, wonderful trade. Now Tesla TSLL, okay. Small, cheaper way to expose yourself to Tesla. Good. How's the IV on TSLL? I'm assuming the IV is going to be impacted as well. Memory looks like it wants to break out. Okay, look at the VIX, guys. VIX unable to create that separation. %, right? That is a smart trader. That's an experienced trader. You never want to impose your will on the market. Apple going the other way. So Apple, so no trades for me so far, guys. There was one idea on Shockwave 5, one idea on Apple with the downside for those puts. Outside of that, no executions on my end. Outside of those two ideas, no executions on my end. Apple. The reason why Apple looks possibly appealing. All right. If Apple can resurface back above this level up here, it does look possibly to reclaim that. That'd be interesting. But currently, it fell below the major support, intraday support. Okay, going back to test it. So it comes down to this. Okay, does it go back, retrace, reject, break back lower? I'll be there, lows of the day. Okay, or does it want to reclaim this once support? Okay, sweep these lows and reclaim it back the upside and put some pressure on this trend line here for the potential push into these highs up there and the higher in the 220. Okay, so that's the big thing on Apple. In the meantime, SPY is just trying to sort itself out. Major index are still trying to sort themselves out. So if small caps do want to make a break, they do have a little bit of room into that key level, right? So scalp territory. Okay. Okay, I like how Apple is starting to go here. If Apple can crack back below view up, that would be encouraging. That would be encouraging. I'm looking at Apple puts here. Okay, there goes SPY. If SPY comes into play, looking at the 736s. QQQ also potentially brewing as well. below 693.22. Okay, we're seeing some aggressive sellers here. Apple sliced below that level. Okay, I'll take the Apple puts right there. Okay, I'm in the Apple puts. My risk is conservative per usual. First trade of the day, Apple puts, reclaim back the downside. Okay, first target on Apple is PML. Okay, Apple is starting to go nicely. I want to see some follow through behind that. Ideally stay below view up as well. If you're waiting for 5-minute closure, 25 seconds. If you're waiting for 5-minute closure, 25 seconds. Okay, when that 5-minute candle closes, you can possibly get a better read on that. And I'm in Apple already, so once that 5-minute candle closes, once that low gets broken, that coincides with the lows of Shockwave very closely. Okay. My risk per usual is no close above conservative. If you want to go a little tighter, we're starting to bounce off that slightly. If you want to go a little tighter, you can use VWAP. These are tomorrow's contracts. Okay. So currently in the Apple puts, first target once we start to break down 20.31. That should yield double digits. ExxonMobil starting to go, guys. ExxonMobil, we'll look out for the ExxonMobil for the calls. All right, crude is starting to push. Okay, Apple, I want some nice movement on Apple to the downside there. Get to that 320.31. If you did take this, manage accordingly. If we can get past that 320.31 on Apple, we have room to 320, and then between us and lows of the day is 320. So we're approaching a key zone on Apple. Okay, TP if you need to on Apple. Crude is starting to push. Exxon is starting to push as well. Okay, Apple up 10 as we head towards 320. Manage accordingly. If you need to TP, I'm going to use that 320 as my scale out for the majority. I'm going to take a majority off right there at 14% on Apple. Okay, scaling out at 14% on Apple, holding runners. I want that PML to hold below. I want Apple to hold below PML. Okay, no close back above PML. Okay, so 14% extraction on Apple. Now we're testing 320. So 320 is a major level here. $320 is a major level. And I'm going to move my stop on Apple to the initial entry, slightly below the initial entry point. So no close above 320.50. Okay, that should be close to break even. All right. And you want to take Apple? If you took Apple, congratulations. Exxon, okay. Exxon does look appealing. I want to see some follow through behind that PMH break on Exxon. Same thing. I want to create separation, come back into it, reclaim it back the upside. That'd be great. Apple is starting to bounce off that 320. Okay, I'll close runners right there. Okay. Close runners right there, very close to break even and violate 320.50. Okay, so textbook setup on Apple. Okay, so Apple, this was it. I want to show you this. This was it. Okay. From here to here, 14%, 320, respecting 320. And then trailing stop, peaked back above PML. I gave it until 320.50 and then stopped out on the runners there. All right. So 320, there are bars at 320 on Apple. Okay, see profit, take profit is the motto, guys. All right, so first trade of the day. Quick Scalp. SPY is still inside. All right, so you probably have to remain patient. This entire shift, no trades. That's not a bad thing, team. That is not a bad thing. So no close above that level on Exxon. Crude is starting to pull back. All right, notice how the VIX is sitting right at 1903. All right, so if the VIX can't create separation from 1903, SPY is going to hug this territory. All right, so that's what's taking place here. So good extraction on Apple. Good extraction on Apple. Okay. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Fire. Real quiet. Let's get the likes up, guys. We're 16 minutes away. 16 minutes away from the conclusion of the shift. In the next 16 minutes, we just need 33 more likes. And we will be eligible for the giveaway. I'll be giving away a 60-minute one-on-one private coaching call. Apple double dip opportunity. If this thing starts to slide to the downside, my eyes are on Exxon. I know Exxon tried to get above that level, couldn't hold. PMH was right there. But if crude starts to rip, SPY starts to dip, and VIX starts to create separation, Exxon Mobil, okay, can come into play. It's not ready yet, though. Still cooking. Okay, still cooking. Still in the oven. SPX, yep, SPX. SPX has more selling to do possibly because lockout period, all those shares are going to be available very soon. I believe it's in the beginning of August. Look at SPX. My interest area in SPX is 75. Call me if it's at 75. All right, so that's where I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but I do see SPX possibly going to 75. Could be wrong, but that's where I'll be interested in taking a look at SPX. We got a fresh breakdown brewing, possible breakdown on NVIDIA. Just be mindful of that PML. This is as choppy as it gets, guys. This is as choppy as it gets. All right, so outside of that 5-minute scalp available to you, if you once Shockwave 5 is available, all right. Okay, right there, you take the calls right there, scale out, you're done for the day, less than 15 minutes. If you're in Shockwave 15 camp, there's not you don't take any trades. There's nothing for you to do. There is nothing for you to do. Okay. If you trade multiple tickers via one of the shockwaves, Apple provided a scalp to downside. All right, so not a lot of things going, not a lot of things moving. Everything seems very skittish. I'm keeping a close eye on Exxon here. Crude bounce off that 991. That'd be great. SPCX. Okay, not SPX. Yes, SPCX. I forgot the C. SPX at 75. That all right. The market is over. SPCX. Yes. I meant to say SPCX. SpaceX. Lost 15% on first Amazon indicator to the downside. I went so Amazon. Where's Amazon? Okay, 15%. That's a good stop. Yeah, whatever the stop is, okay, just get stopped out. Respect the stop. SPCX, beautiful job, a devil dog. Ooh, maybe you got in early or you had a 15% stop. Your stop was more conservative, Dan. So Amazon did break down there nicely if you're using Shockwave. Amazon, you can take the puts. All right, so unless you took something else, that's not Amazon. That's SPCX. Let me take a look at Amazon. Amazon, did he get stopped out? No, Amazon here. So Amazon again. If you have a more conservative stop than the stop loss here, all right, maybe you got stopped out. But if your stop is all the way there, if you took this signal, maybe you sat through a little bit of drawdown, maybe got stopped out there. Right, but if your risk was fixed to that level, and then eventually works out nicely. Okay. Beautiful job, Double Dog. So this is the first time in a long time where we stayed within that opening range on the 15. On the hourly, what's the hourly doing, guys? The hourly is inside. Okay, the 15 is inside. The 5 is inside. Triple inside, guys. Okay, triple patty burger. All right. That's what the market is eating on right now. That's what it's trying to digest. A triple stack patty. All right, so it's going to be very sluggish. Very sluggish action. Looks like Exxon wants to take off. See if he can continue to push. Needs the help from crude. Nice bounce on 91. First time trading, a beautiful job. All right, we have 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes. We're getting very close to that 100-like threshold. 100-like threshold approaching. Again, if you're interested in joining our community, the link is pinned up top. You get to join us for delay-free ad-free stream. NVIDIA, last one to go. NVIDIA starting to drop here. Okay, NVIDIA. That PML, be mindful of that PML. NVIDIA come back into that area. Same setup as Apple. Get above it, fall back under it. NVIDIA, I'll be there for it. If you took NVIDIA break into PML for that quick scalp, double digits, congratulations. Right, it's currently below it. It might have a little bit of follow through if the market starts to sell off here. Right, but just treat that as a scalp initially on NVIDIA. I can't afford more than 15%. Okay, so in that case, whenever you have a tighter stop, because I do trade like that from time to time as well. Okay, whenever you have a tight stop like that, what's going to be key is for you to get the ideal entries. Right, so the ideal entries will be critical. All right, so focusing on the exact entry is going to be very, very critical. And a contract selection as well. So contract selection and the entry, because if you go further strike, it's very easy for you to get a bigger, on both sides, bigger percentage gain, but the dollar amount is less. Right? If you go further, closer to the money or in the money, it's easier. The percentage gain would be smaller generally, but the dollar amount will be larger. If that makes sense. Okay. So just small tweaks. Small tweaks is going to be key. So NVIDIA, discounted NVIDIA. I didn't want to, because the reason why I didn't take NVIDIA here is because I have to respect that PML. Right? Just overall awareness. What is VIX doing? VIX is still hugging that 19. Okay, hugging that 19 cent, 1890. Okay, so we'll give it about a 50-cent spread. All right, for it to truly create separation right from the VIX, let's give it 50-cent spread. So at least get to 1850 and lower, or 1950 and higher. All right, then that will be deemed as separation. Exxon Mobil starting to go. Anyone take Exxon? Okay. Congratulations, Monty. First time using Shockwave, made double digit on Apple put. Good. Right, and those puts didn't even really go. So those puts, they were preferred for scalps. The time when Shockwave works the best is when there's not a lot of levels in that territory, because you have the SAT key levels and then you have Shockwave. Right, so when there's no levels in between us, or say for instance this is the break, right? And there's no level. There's, say the break is there and there's a level right there, right? As much as I want to take the break all the way through into TP1 or scale out, right? I have to, especially in these conditions, I have to respect this level. So I have to go into it saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to have it on a tight leash. But if there's no levels between the initial break level and the targets, okay, and conditions are ideal, you can see right now the score is 35% is an F, right? Or just went to a D, right? Then that's when it starts to work nicely. Still looking at NVIDIA here. Looking at the 205s. I wanted to reclaim back the downside on NVIDIA. Get that close below that level on NVIDIA. I want that 5-minute candle to close on NVIDIA, and I'll take it to the downside. Target and lows of the day. See if we can close below that level right there on the 1 as well. The call trigger. Right, it's still very close to PML. Can't get that bounce. Five minutes away, guys. 5 minutes away. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to like the video. Monitoring NVIDIA here. Looking at the 205s. All right, trying to get some candle closure. No candle closure, no entry. I don't mind taking Apple for another spin to the downside. All right, double dip on Apple if it comes into play, because we're bouncing, but we're not really going anywhere. So it's going to be between NVIDIA and Apple. NVIDIA is very close to that key level. So it's going to be very tight. So let's see if NVIDIA can go. If you took Exxon, good. If you're waiting for retest on Exxon, continue to wait. You have a PMH retest as well on Exxon. Okay, I'm going to take NVIDIA right there. I'm on the NVIDIA puts at 215s. Okay, see if I can take that into PML. You know what I did, guys? I took the calls by accident. I have to close that out. I took the calls by accident on NVIDIA. That cost me. Right, so stopped out for what, 2% on the calls, but I took the wrong side. But those contracts are going on the puts. If you took the NVIDIA puts, mental execution error on my end. If you took the puts, manage accordingly. Okay, it's at that PML. You're probably up close to double digits. Okay, I blew that execution. If it can come back, if it's meant to be, if it's for me, it's meant to be, come back and fall back under it. I need that exact entry. Need that exact entry on NVIDIA. If you're waiting for SPY, if you're waiting for Qs, continue to wait. SPY, Q, still inside that opening range. 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. Three more minutes. Okay, see if NVIDIA can pop above it and get back below it. Okay, I'll take NVIDIA right there. Okay, it's very close to PML, so the invalidation markers that bounce off that PML. So I'm hoping that that thing fades back to downside. Risk is conservative. Okay, in the NVIDIA puts. Second trade. My stop is right here. Second trade of first shift. Okay, if it falls back under that level, gets back into that yellow territory, would be golden. Now I'm seeking that a lower day initially on NVIDIA. If SPY can start to slide, that'd be great. targeting these lows down here on NVIDIA. Yeah, that's when we'll start to print. Okay, if we can break those lows, break that, it's starting to kind of flag there. So if we can start to put some pressure on that structure, that would be great on NVIDIA. Currently in the 205 puts on NVIDIA. Right, what's happening right now is NVIDIA's testing that PML, pre-market low. So we don't want any buyers significant buyers to come in off that PML and drive it back towards that VWAP territory, because by that time we'll be getting validated. All right, so very close to the lows of the day. Stop is at that 209.08. No close above that on the 5. All right, I'll allow some wicks, but no closes. ExxonMobil coming back for the test. So whenever I take the wrong side, sometimes it happens from time to time. It hasn't happened in a long time, but nonetheless, it does happen. I immediately close. So there's no let me see and let me see what happens. Sometimes you take the wrong side and it works in your favor. Okay, but 17 likes away, guys. 17 likes away. Make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. So first shift is officially in the books. We'll give you until 10:45. It's officially in the books. So we took one trade on first shift. Apple worked in our favor. Nice double-digit extraction. Took NVIDIA to the downside. Actually took the calls. Stopped out 2-3%. And currently back in NVIDIA for the puts. All right. So that initial end trade that I did take for the intended to take would probably give me a scalp opportunity just shy of double digits. But nonetheless, it's a new shift now. So a new shift. Let's see what takes place during this shift. So from first shift till now, I'm holding NVIDIA puts. They're currently down 7% or so. I want that breakdown to break the structure here. Okay, so I can sit through this back and forth as long as I don't get a close above that territory. All right, ideally what I want to see is this breakdown, okay? This breakdown. It's very close to that PML. That's what I want to see. Okay, a push into these lows down here. That'll be my TP with the majority. If we get stopped out above that territory before that takes place, then I'll get stopped out. Outside of that, nothing on SPY. Okay, nothing on SPY, nothing on QQQ. If you did take Shockwave 5, all right, you're good to go. You're able to scalp out of that quickly. ExxonMobil is the one to go as well. If you took ExxonMobil, congratulations, manage accordingly. You're playing energy, bounce off that 91 on crude. All right, so you really have to know how to navigate these conditions. Okay, you need some old tricks of the trade to navigate. NVIDIA on this 5-minute stretch here, I want to see NVIDIA close below that PML. That'll give me a vote of confidence. Okay, close below PML. If you need to TP, guys. NVIDIA's in the green, up 6. Lows of the day can possibly be upwards of 9-10. Okay, if you're scalping, TP. I want to see NVIDIA get below 208.06 and beyond. All right, SPY flirting with that PML. There goes NVIDIA. Go, go, go. Get below 208.06. NVIDIA up 7, 8. I want to see a close below it. Go, go, go. A close below that PML is going to be victory on NVIDIA. That's going to be great. Okay. We can still see some buyers trying to push this thing back up off lows of the day sweep. That's where we are. Up 9, up 10, up 11. I'm going to take a majority off right there at 11%. Thank you very much, NVIDIA. Down to runners. I want runners to continue to push lower, below those lows. Okay, TP at 11. Runners up 13, 16, 18. Gorgeous, 20. There we go, NVIDIA. That's what we're talking about, team. That's what we're talking about. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous trade. Okay, runners up 19. Okay, TP, guys. TP where you need to. I'm going to TP right there at 25% on NVIDIA at the very lows of that candle. All right, there goes the Qs, guys. Qs are starting to break down. If you're managing NVIDIA, the fact that we're breaking down is favorable. But that is the trade of the day. NVIDIA puts. Who took that? If you took that, there you go. I closed out at 25% on NVIDIA. Here we go. Here we go, team. Okay, doesn't get better than that. Okay, doesn't get better than that. Boom. You take the puts. You give it some time to work. Our initial target right here, just under lows of the day. Runners go to 25. Out. If I wait a little bit, now maybe it's back up. Maybe you lose 10, 15% off of that. Okay, so perfect execution. Despite the fact, remember, despite the fact that first trade I want to take the puts. Okay, I took the calls by accident. I paid about a 3% tax. Closed it out. Reassessed. Still like the setup and took it back to downside. All right, so beautiful, beautiful setup there on the video. If you took that, dollar signs in the chat, guys. If you took that right there, dollar signs in the chat. Q's already broke that opening range. Okay, this is a compound break. This is the 5-minute and the 5-minute shockwave, along with the 15-minute shockwave and the 30-minute shockwave as well, and the 60-minute. So this is a compound shockwave here. Okay, so NVIDIA might have been the cleanest mover for us. But look how long it took. It took us until basically the late stages of first shift, beginning of second shift. Okay, so I'll give you guys until 10:45. 100 likes will do the giveaway. All right, so smash the like button if you took that trade. Congratulations. All right, there is your scholarship to jump in our community. Okay, so if you're enjoying the content, subscribe, like. If you have Shockwave, I know some of you got Shockwave yesterday, and you took NVIDIA. Once you get Shockwave, your goal is this. Your goal is simply this: is to cover the cost. Okay, your goal is to simply learn how to use the tool. All right, use a little less size to train yourself to use it. Watch some of the webinars. All right, I'm going to release the white papers here shortly on how to properly set it up, what every function means. And then your goal is to cover the cost and to get your ROI. All right, to cover the cost. And then once you cover the cost, all right, it pays for itself, and now you have the golden goose. Especially if you have the lifetime access, okay? Now is the golden goose. Number one rule with the golden goose is don't kill the golden goose. Okay, don't look for another golden goose. Don't kill the golden goose. Okay, and just use the golden goose. Let it keep doing what it needs to do. Nice TP on NVIDIA. All right, so this week has been all about executing, and it's been all about taking profits. Okay, that's the main thing this week. You can see how quickly the tides have shifted. They even trapped QQQ. You see the divergence on the Qs and SPY. They grab the QQQ lows. SPY does not take out those lows, and they drag that up. So the algos are here, and they're here to take people out. Okay, this is the characteristics and behavior of the algos. Textbook divergence right there. NVIDIA, beautiful job, real quiet. That's three trades for you, right? 3 trades for you, 3 for 3. Beautiful job. Anyone else, guys? Let us know. All right, so that's 2 trades for us. Both trades worked nicely in our favor. Outside of that initial mishap on NVIDIA. But look at this, how far they dragged this. You might see this, but you might say, hey, you know what? Nothing really took place here. I want to shift your attention to the QQQ. What did the QQQ do? The QQQ just trapped these traders, grabbed first shift lows, and swept. If you trade the orb on the QQQ, all right, you take this to the downside. If you don't have a stop loss, you get dragged. If you have a stop loss, you get stopped out. Shockwave, no signal. Okay, low confidence. So if you trade the orb, this is a go-to indicator. Right, so at least it detects this. It saves you from taking this. Saves you from getting trapped. Apple pushing back the upside. Apple potential reclaim brewing on Apple. Bigger picture, Apple has a major support flip to resistance temporarily, which you can reclaim. And look at the VIX, guys. The VIX is hugging that 19. What is SPY doing? Hugging this territory there. All right, so that theme or that narrative is gonna be intact for the rest of the shift. We're gonna take a shift by shift. First shift, that was the narrative. Second shift, nothing has changed. That's gonna be the narrative as well. Okay, that's gonna be the narrative as well. All right, make sure to jump in the community, folks, on YouTube. If you're a long-time viewer, jump in our community. How we doing, strikers? Appreciate it, Fight. I'm in TradingView in my Vanquish account. Thank you, George. I got the Apple and NVIDIA trade. Good. Let us know how that goes. Vanquish, how does the challenge work? Is it similar to the props? How smooth is the platform as well? Jen, keep us posted on your journey. 30% on puts. Good. Beautiful job, Turbo. You've been on an absolute tear. Turbo, tremendous job. Keep it up. Why is it important to take profits? Because if you don't take profit, then the market will take it for you. Case in point. Okay, case in point. I mean, I can want more, but we always have to ask the question, when is enough, and will enough ever be enough? Okay, we're human beings. Enough will never be enough. So we have to just get to the point where it's just being content and putting things into perspective. Okay, because if it maybe you're up another 5% there, 30%, if you have the identical entry, and then this thing just whoosh on a dime goes back the other way, and now you're down the exact amount that you were up. Okay, so these conditions are training you. Okay, they're training you to become the best version of yourself as a trader. This is why it's so important to take profits. Okay, it's going to train you to make taking profits muscle memory. Okay. So SPY still within the open range. Q still within the open range. So the interesting thing is, okay, the market has a lot of catalysts, but the market is skittish. All right, there's a lot of catalysts, but the market is skittish. VIX, again, that VIX 19 is going to be critical for us, team. All right, so we're getting the reads beautifully. VIX 19, keep your focus on that. Awesome job, Jen. Keep us posted on your journey regardless. All right, and if there's some good that comes out of it, okay, that can possibly, regardless of win, lose, or draw, if there's some good coming out of it, there's a possible opportunity, I'll take it for a spin as well. I'll take it for a spin, see how it works. And if everything checks off, we'll add it to the fold. But same thing, the same principles apply, all right? So the same principles apply of understanding how the industry works, understanding how it works. So once we can understand that and respect it, that'll be good to go. NVIDIA potential double dip there. Only issue is potential inverse head and shoulder brewing if that first shift's lows are kept. Be mindful of that. Keep a close eye on that. SPY not doing much. SPY not doing much, guys. So you're basically those two setups that did come into play, or the two trades that came into play, those are the only two. And I'll look to possibly take one more. If not, I don't mind being done for the day. Right, I'll look to throw one lotto strategically out there. If not, that'll be it for the day. All right, and tomorrow's Friday, so make sure to close out the week as strong as possible. Okay. And the objective this week, guys, is for you to survive. And also to learn. Okay, Qs are breaking back lower. Can SPY join? The Qs are on a solo mission to the bottom. Alright, SPY Qs made lower lows. Qs, if they can continue to push, guys, they have room to 690, but they need to hold below that PML. Hold below this shockwave and first shift lows, I should say. Dow is hugging VWAP. Small caps hugging VWAP. Very rare for small caps to do that intraday. Small caps have been moving. Amazon continues to fall off a cliff. Exxon continues to push the upside. Another bounce on Exxon off that level. Exxon is directly tied to crude. So if crude and VIX start to push, Exxon is on watch for the bounce. Right, so hopefully you guys are getting an understanding on how these relationships work. Okay. How market dynamics work in real time. Okay, we're seeing NVIDIA, double dip opportunity on NVIDIA starting to play out. I have no interest in NVIDIA. SPY 736 do look appealing. Boy, what I want to see SPY create that separation because I'm not fully convinced. I like how the VIX is starting to create that separation away from that 19, pop above that 1950. Okay, work towards 1950. I'll be interested. I want to see SPY create separation away from this key zone, retrace, reject off of it. So what I'm looking for here, guys, as the Qs are making lower lows, I want to see this and that lead to this. Entry being that the 738.48. Okay, 738.48. Qs continue to push lower. As long as the Qs stay below that shockwave trigger, okay, we have room to slide. We just need SPY to start to participate. The Dow is within that range. Look how tight our range the Dow's in. Right, so we probably need a little bit of aid from the Dow. A Dow head towards this 515 to 57 possibly. All right, Qs retesting shockwave, rejecting off of it. All right, so it's just scalps, guys. Scalp. Very tricky. They got a lot of traders excited. I can tell you that much. All right, with Tesla earnings, with all those earnings. 100 likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. Okay. Final cutoff, 11 o'clock. 100 likes, we'll do the giveaway. We went in a giveaway drought. I do want to give things away. I do want to incentivize folks who do spend their time to watch. All right, get into the habit of smashing the like button, guys. Subscribing. That's really important. Might need another cup of coffee for this type of action. Okay. SPY still inside on the hourly. Let's take a listen here.
More than covers the cost of the capital we're investing, and we would not be showing top line.
Oh, is this Oracle CEO? I think this is NetApp CEO.
Well, I'm getting you.
So NetApp and Oracle have two CEOs and they're twin brothers. Is it? I think it's Oracle, or there's two twin brother CEOs. I know the NetApp CEO. I'm very familiar with the NetApp CEO. George, his twin brother, used to be the CEO. I believe he's still the CEO. Just imagine two brothers, right? Two CEOs. I think that's okay, he's the CEO of Google Cloud. Okay. Google Cloud. He's head of Google Cloud. Thomas Kurian and George Kurian. That's awesome. All right. Parents went 2 for 2. All right. 2 for 2. Twins, both CEOs. They need to write a book. So this is the, I believe he was the CEO of not Oracle, but there was, let me look it up. Some point in time. Yeah, Oracle. Yeah, he was the CEO of Oracle at some point in time. Yeah. But not anymore, though. Retrace, reject on the Qs there. Slide to the downside. SPY. See if SPY can start to go as well. Compound break on SPY brewing. It might take multiple attempts to get that break. I wouldn't be surprised. Look at 736s. This would be the line for the day. If you take the Qs to the downside, retrace, reject, manage accordingly. So the Qs are ahead of SPY. We need the Dow to start to. We need the Dow to get dragged lower as well. All right. So very, very, very tricky conditions. I want the VIX to stay above 19 and head towards that 1920, eventually 1925 and then 1950. That would support this idea. Crude is starting to go, guys. Crude is at the highs of the day. If SPY starts to break down, VIX can start to go. Just be mindful of those traps off the first break. Be mindful of the traps initially. Mind the trap. Apple also potentially brewing. If you're taking Ripple, okay, Ripple coming into play here shortly. Okay, SPY. Qs are going. We just need the Dow to reject off the VWAP. All right. So if buyers do start stepping in a little bit, if it comes into there and gets contained and drops back lower, I like that. All right. But this break is taking place here. All right. So if you take that break, manage accordingly if you have that confidence. Okay. I like how the Dow's starting to dump. I like how crude is starting to pump. Okay. Apple double dip possibly brewing. There goes a SPY. There goes SPY. There goes Ripple. Give me that retest. Looking at the 736s on SPY. If you took that already, manage accordingly. The fact that the Dow's dumping is favorable. We finally broke that hourly level. Who took that? If you waited for that and you took it, okay, you earned that, right? But make sure to put the money in your pocket. Okay, it doesn't count until it's realized. I'm gonna wait for the retest. Go. Just a little bit more. One more push. Apple double dip opportunity possibly brewing. One more little push. At least into there. At least into those highs. Dollar signs if you took that breakdown. Dollar signs in the chat. Eight likes away, guys. I stretch until 11 o'clock. 8 likes away. I really want to do this giveaway. Beautiful job, Artem. On the Ripple. Beautiful. Give me that reclaim and push back lower. I actually have this to 2R for 4R. So let me fix that. Yeah, TP1 is actually there. No, that's correct. That's correct. There goes NVIDIA as well. Double dip on NVIDIA. Down goes Qs, down goes NVIDIA. So we have another cohort of traders. We're looking for a breakdown, right? Flag breaks off of those EMAs, right? So keep a close eye on that if you're in that camp. Okay. So you notice how Shockwave didn't give you anything on the 15 until here. 6 likes away, 6 minutes away until 11 o'clock. Okay, so we finally get the breakdown out of this opening range on SPY at 10:50, guys. 10:50. That's how long it took. SPY Qs gave us that breakdown at 11:30, at 10:30. Okay, that's Eastern time. So get a nice little bounce, possibly reclaim it, and then fall back under it. I'll be there for it. Okay, I do like what the VIX is doing, guys. Look at the VIX. VIX is at 1950. We create separation away from what? The magnet. Okay, so let's get a nice little pop. I want to fade a pop rather than getting those contracts at the highs of the day. Qs and SPY up, they do look the same. The Qs are just slightly ahead of SPY. So now what's between us? What's between us and TP1 team is VIX 1950. If we break past VIX 1950, continue to accelerate to 20, SPY is going to continue its sell-off. If we reject off that 1950, SPY can possibly gravitate back towards this zone here, possibly PML. Okay. On the 15 selling, we're directional on the hourly as well. If you take a look at the hourly candle, the selling continues. Okay, I'm looking for an entry. Come test that territory. Okay, let those contracts lose a little bit of steam. My stop will be all the way up here. Conservative. All the way up there will be the stop. Okay, go. Get one more push. I'm tempted to take an early entry, but I'll wait. I'm tempted just to take an early entry in this area, but I'll wait for it. Okay. Sometimes when you're looking for your perfect entry, okay, the thing is it can just get away from you, and you have to be okay with that for the sake of the entry. Okay. Okay, I'll take it right there. I'm in the puts here on SPY. Stop all the way here. This would be the lotto for the day. Okay. I took it on the tap. Stop all the way up there. So we have to conquer get past this territory for us to see that continue to push. If you're waiting for candle closure on the 1, let this go shooter and then let it get that breakdown. All right, so I'm in the puts already here. We're seeing some buyers stepping off on the 5 minute. We're seeing VIX starting to collapse off of that or crash off that 1950. So we don't want that 1950 to send us all the way back to 19. If it can send us back to like 1920, that'll be fine. Okay. See if SPY can start to go. Okay, let's go. If you did take this, manage accordingly. Now what I'm targeting is lows of the day. Okay. This is our third trade of the day. So at lows of the day is the optimal target. I want that 5 minute to have a wick on it. If you need to TP before then, all right, manage accordingly. Okay. I'm looking to go lows of the day and hold runners. That's the protocol. Go, go, go. If you took TP at 789, good, good, good. If you're still waiting, continue to wait. And I want to see this breakdown take place because it's colliding with those EMAs. You don't see it, but if you have your EMAs on the one, it's colliding with those EMAs. All right, so is this an early sign of a sell-off to come? If it is, we'll be there for it. If it's not, and it gets all the way up there, okay, then I'll get stopped out. If you have a more conservative stop, if it's EMA based, or maybe it's this pre-market low, whatever your stop is, manage accordingly. Maybe it's this inefficiency. Okay, whatever it is, manage accordingly. If you took profits already, okay, on that nice little drop, manage accordingly. Okay, wherever you're existing, do whatever you need to do to put yourself in position. Right, it can be the same setup, but different approaches. What I want to see on the 5 when it's all said and done is a break below this 5-minute candles low. Okay, well, this is what I'm positioning myself for this structural breakdown. We can get that 5-minute 212 reversal. If we get above those highs, that can be an early sign. So try to gravitate as close as possible to the lows of the day. 212 reversal, possibly brewing on the 5. Okay, but all those buyers are getting absorbed. Go, go, go. I want the VIX to start to push back into that 1950 and get above it. Okay, because the big invalidation marker here is this reclaim. So the big thing that can invalidate us here is a reclaim of this territory. Right, so buyers are trying. So we want all those buyers to get absorbed. We want all that buying to get absorbed and to start to break back lower. And then knock out these lows. Qs make it to the lows of the day. SPY make it to the lows of the day. That would be great. Up 9. Go, go, go. Up 12. I'm going to take a majority off right there on SPY at 12 at lows of the day. Okay, up 17. Runners are up. 19. Beautiful, beautiful execution, guys. 24. There we go. So first scale out double digits. Runners are running. Doing their job. 19%. I'm going to move my stop to these lows here. TP. Okay. That's how we do it, team. Okay, that's how we do it. That's how we do it, guys. So stay below here. Okay, stay below there. No closes above it. Okay, see if I can get that continued drop. And those runners can start to run. All right, if you took profits already, congratulations. Okay, upwards of 20% in less than 10 minutes. So no close above there. So I'll risk a little bit of the runners to see if there's more of a drop remaining, because at 5 minute, there's still some selling on that 5 minute. Okay, there's still some selling on that 5 minute. Okay. Who took that? Dollar signs in the chat if you took that. Because if this starts to really drop, guys, contracts can get up to 130. Okay. So I'm just babysitting runners here. So beautiful lottos. Tremendous job, guys. 3 for 3 today. Starting to really find the groove once again. All right. So early during the week. All right. Sometimes it takes some time to figure things out. And then you continue to stick with it. You continue to stick with it. And I'm glad that I got to share that experience with the team, with the people on YouTube. When things don't go your way. Okay. That's very important. What do you do the next day? What do you do after the next trade? Okay, feel free to TP. We're starting to see buyers trying to pick this thing back up. Up 21. At 5 minutes, still a lot of selling on the 5 minute. See if the Qs can join the party. If I get a close above that red line right here. Okay, this is my trailing stop on the runners. So at least I'll walk away with maybe 8 to 10%. Right, so I'm going to try to remain patient and sit through this. If it has some more follow through the downside, because now the VIX is above 1950. So right now is not the time to exit these runners, because these runners can start to really run. I already secured a majority, but I don't want to shake myself out of a good position. And you have to find a healthy balance on how to manage it. Okay, healthy balance. That 5 minute continues to dump, up 26%, guys. 27, 29, 31%. New 5 minute candle coming in 17 seconds. So I want to close as possible to those lows. Okay, if we can get close to those lows, we have a chance of knocking out that 5 when that 5 comes in. So if we can knock out those lows, it would be great. And the selling continues on the 5. New 5 minute candle on everything across the board. Okay, knock out those lows. Sitting at 29.31. There we go. Go. Get that drop. Slice and dice right through that level. I'm going to move my stop to the open of that 5 minute candle. 34. So we're directional on the 5. So I move my stop to this line right there, open of that 5 minute candle. Right, 31. So at least secure 25% out of this. Just constantly moving the stop as it goes. 36. 39. 41. All right, so scale out. 46. I'll close it right there at 46% at scale out. Thank you very much. There we go, guys. If you're still holding, manage accordingly. But that's 46 at scale out is what I was looking for. If you're going all the way to 736.63, it has room. Yeah, unless it gets interrupted. All right, but I don't advise you chasing here. Okay. So 46+% and beyond. Okay. As the first trade on SPY, we stayed patient, we stayed calm, we walked through the setup, we walked through how we want to engage it, we walked through what we want to look for, we defined our risk, and we earned every bit of that 40+% trade. If you're still in it, manage accordingly. And that's what it's about. Okay, that's what it's about. Okay? How we doing, strikers? That's what it's about. Okay? So we have to have the resilience as traders. We have to be able to bounce back. We have to be able to get punched in the face and punch back. Okay, we're fighters at the end of the day. All right, and that's a great way to wrap up the episode as well. 3 for 3. All right, and go back and watch the episodes early this week. All right, multiple stop outs. All right, multiple stop outs. Very frustrating action. It's a case for mine. It's a case of knowing better or not doing better. Sometimes you have to TP. You have to secure the profit, but just giving a little bit of room, but not securing some of the profit, and but respecting the risk. But continuously trusting the system. All right, that's what separates our program, guys. That's what separates us as a community. You can tell if someone is SAT student by the way they respond to adversity. Okay, by the way they respond to when their back is against the wall. By the way they respond to getting stopped out multiple times and still having the confidence to take the same setup the very next day. By the way you stay disciplined, don't overtrade. That is the fingerprint, okay, that our program should leave. Everything else will take care of itself. The big gains, the parabolic pushes, the drops, the eye candy, right? That's on the other side. All right, but that's not the fingerprint. The fingerprint is all the stuff that no one wants to do. Is all the boring stuff, all the hard stuff. All right, so tremendous job, guys. Beautiful job, 14%. Real quiet. Anyone else? Good. Take the money and run. So shockwave, all right? So again, you have access to this indicator. You have one idea on the 15. Tells you take the puts there. All right, you see we were able to extract with runners 40+%. Okay, I'm targeting the lows a day with the majority and then giving the runners a little bit of room. All right. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? And when we say, okay, we're built to last, it's not to sound like we're Ford, all right? But we're designed for any kind of condition. Whatever the market throws at us, whatever kind of market cycle comes in, there's no excuse. Geopolitical, election cycle, midterm year, correction, no correction, June, July, doesn't matter the month, doesn't matter the seasonality. All right, we have the tools, the resources, and the proper protocols to navigate it all. Okay, we're going to have the proper response for every kind of climate. Okay, so great job on that last trade, guys. Who's done for the day, guys? Who's done for the day? I want to see done for the days in the chat. Done for the day. Down, shutting down TOS. Good. Webull wasn't working for me. Had to take Robinhood. Huh, interesting. So it looks like Webull might have some issues. There we go. 50%. 5-piece right there. Beautiful job. 40%. Beautiful job, Reyes. 20%. NVIDIA puts 20%. All right, even NVIDIA. Triple dip opportunity on NVIDIA. 3 scoops of ice cream. You get 3 scoops with NVIDIA. But you got to finish your first scoop and your second scoop. If you decided to go for 3, nice little push, 20% there. And tremendous confidence to take your Ripple, to take your setup. There we go. That was on, what was that on, Jen? Was that on SPY or was that on NVIDIA or Apple? Or probably NVIDIA. Apple, 30% QQQ puts. Good. So who's done for the day? That's it. That was the move. How long did it take? 10:50. Okay. 10:50. Hour and 20 minutes. Everything else was a pump fake. And when did this separation come in? So forget about the 40%. Okay, what I want you to learn, guys, okay, is this. Is the way I use the VIX. All right, I'm literally laying the blueprint down. Okay, the way you use the VIX, the way it gives you the reads, why you shouldn't be shorting right off the open. Right, this is textbook. This is a textbook movement by the market. Right, pre-market everything is weak. Everyone's expecting this to break down. What do? They pump this thing. Right, VIX starts to fall back under 19. That was a red flag that don't short right off the open. When everyone's excited for the longs, okay, you can scalp at the upside, of course. Now all the bulls are excited. Okay, it's going to be reversal day, V-shaped recovery. What do? They drag them in the dirt. After they drag them in the dirt, they get both the bulls and bears excited. They get them excited, they get them exhausted, they get them confused, and then finally get the breakdown. So by the time this breaks down, if you're not properly trained, you're too exhausted here to even see this setup. Okay, your emotions have went up and down here and here and got tossed around here for you to see a simple, clean setup here. Right? In hindsight, this looks, oh, it's just a bare flag. The EMAs are crossed. You can make a list of all the things you can see. Oh, it's below the VWAP. Okay, hindsight makes sense. But in real time, look at the path it took to get here. So by the time this simple setup appears, or this textbook setup appears, okay, 99.9% of traders, they're completely exhausted. Okay. They came in with a bias. Their bias just got flipped. And then now when they flipped their bias got flipped again. And now they're in a tailspin. So you have to have the ability, right, to constantly be reassessing, constantly be adjusting, constantly be reading the action, constantly being taking a look at what's going on across the board, constantly be assessing the variables, looking at the higher time frame, the hourly. Okay, we're below the 50 MA now, guys. So there's some legitimacy behind that sell-off. So this once strong bounce zone is now a rejection zone going to tomorrow. We were trading in this range for all week. We finally break out of this weekly range. We break down out of this weekly range. Where are we headed to? Okay, so you can see, you can make the argument, somewhat of a head and shoulder formation for that breakdown. Not the cleanest, but you can see structurally we had chop here, chop there, chop here. And then we break that chop. All right, so all this stuff is reviewed in pre-market prep. Okay, now we hit TP1. If you took it all the way to TP1, congratulations. You probably extracted another 20 to 30, maybe 40% out of it. Those contracts went to 150. Okay. So I got those contracts at 82. They went all the way to 150. All right. So on that note, that is the last trade of the day. Okay, make sure to join our community, guys. If we're at 100 likes, we'll do the giveaway. All right. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to smash the like button. We'll do the giveaway. The giveaway is going to be for a 60-minute one-on-one coaching call. All right. That's what the giveaway is going to be for. Yep, a year ago we're using, again, depends on the season. And the longer you watch, the more second nature this becomes. All right, so tremendous job, guys. Tremendous job on not getting faked out, not getting trapped out. Memories falling off a cliff. All right, everything is starting to sell off. All right, so things can be interesting by end of day. End of day, we'll see what takes place end of day. But maybe there might be some lottos available. We'll see. Okay, so again, that's the giveaway. So make sure to go like the video, even if you're in the community. Open up YouTube, smash the like button. I'll be giving away a coaching call. All right, so we'll do that between now and 11:30. Let's get to 100 likes. All right. I'll stretch it out a little bit, and we'll do the giveaway. Before we do that, let's go into our how to access all the tools and resources available. Okay, so again, if you're interested in joining our community, make sure to do so. All right, we have a few spots left on the monthly trial tier. Use the code trial30. Go to smartactiontraining.com. The Getting Started pack, okay, SAT Starter Pack Special is still available. 12 months access to the community. Shockwave 1.0, 2.0. You have the 60-minute coaching call, boot camp ticket as well, all available to you for $9.97. One-time payment, 12-month access, and 1-year access and a lifetime access to Shockwave. All that is available. That is a special that we do have for the summer. We have community, all right, our Spy Strikers community. 1 ticker, 1 hour, 1 consistent result is the motto. We train you with live trading and training. We have courses and resources available to you. Live trading every single day. Right, I walk through the setups, I talk through the setups, entry, exit, execution. You have access to our course as well as a supportive community. We're cultivating a community with some awesome traders, not only awesome traders, but awesome people who are supporting one another on their journey from all walks of life. We have people in there that have twice as much experience as I do. We have people who have 30 years of experience. We have people who are in their first year of trading, all right? So it's just so many people. We have a diverse group of traders, right? All with the same mindset, okay? Is to be on that journey to be consistently profitable, to extract from the market, all right? To extract profit from the market consistently, week over week, month over month, quarter over quarter, and year over year. If you're interested in our tools, indicators available, go to the indicator tab, Shockwave 15. So again, some of you did purchase Shockwave. Make sure to send me an email of your trading username along with in WAP or in TradingView or not TradingView or in Discord or via email. So you guys are sending it to me in any of those places. Once I have your username, TradingView username, okay, then you have access to the indicator quarterly, yearly, lifetime. There is yearly floating around for $497. If you can find that, use that link and I can honor that. But the yearly $697 currently. If you're looking for lifetime, go with the starter pack. You have access to life. You have access to 12 months access to the community. All right, indicators are available. Courses are available. This course is available in the community that comes with your bundle. And of course, if you want to join the community, that's available as well, $69 a month. So make sure to join. When you do join, your price, your grandfathered in. Price increase will be coming up, guys. Price increase will be coming up once we head into the fall season. Right, price increase will be coming up, and we're going to start to really close out the community slowly by slowly, and only have one tier available. All right, so take advantage of the trial. Use the code trial30. There should be a few spots available. Everyone on YouTube should be in the free tier. Free tier is the best way to get started. You have the YouTube for free. On top of that, you have the free Discord that's available. You have a free news feed in there. You have a free trading journal available to you. You have a free trade tracker. You have a host of different tools and resources in there. That's absolutely for free. When you're ready to level up, you take the next step. Right? That's all available to you at smartactiontrade.com. Okay, so make sure to go to smartactiontrade.com and take advantage of all the tools and resources. It's 26, guys. In the beginning of the year, the goal was to provide you with 252 live streams. Okay, now we're past the halfway point. Okay, we're past the halfway point. Right, so we just didn't show up. We're just not just jumping on here and looking to get some traction. The work has been put in, day out, 141. All right, so now we're past the halfway point, guys. We've seen more than there are left. All right, 252 is the ultimate goal. We're at 141, so 141 days are already behind us. So by this point, you should have a good idea of where you are on the yearly. Okay, but every single day, we've been providing the game plan. We've been going live minus 1 day, right? Minus 1 day. Okay, so that is how consistent you have to be. Okay, even if you're not trading, but if you want to commit yourself to this and make this your profession, right? You have to be on point. Okay, the way you approach the game, the way you show up to the game, respect the endeavor, respect the craft. All right, if you start to do those things on top of respecting your rules, respecting your strategy, right, then you'll have tremendous success. Nice little flag break there, retrace, reject. Okay, that was the opportunity to get in. All right, so we're more than halfway there, and we're gonna, God willing, we're gonna get to 252. All right, so now you will have an entire year of trading. Every single month, every single day, every kind of condition. Low ATR, high IV, low IV, high ATR. How many earning cycles? How many earning cycles? How many FOMC cycles? How many CPI cycles? How many PPI cycles? How many NFP cycles? How many news cycles? Midterm cycle. Right, so the blueprint is laid out. All right, so now it's a matter of, is this something you're looking to do or is it not? Okay, because if it is, this is going to be one of the greatest opportunities you'll ever encounter. I'm biased because this is a tremendous opportunity to trade these markets, but for anyone else, anyone can get started. All it takes is desire, commitment, and relentless effort. Okay. Are there going to be losses on the way? Are there going to be losses on the way? Absolutely. But I promise you all that will be worth it. And all that will pay off tenfold in due time. Okay, guys? So, about to be second shift. Hourly continues to show weakness. 15s, respective 15s show weakness. Okay, SPY. Look at that candle on SPY. Nice little shakeout. 9 EMA rejection right here. Okay, gives you a nice little flag. So my 9 EMA traders on the 5. You see that flag. You take that structural breakdown, if that's your bread and butter, into lows of the day. Why are we starting to get some traction here? Why? Because of a key level here. No surprise. No surprise, there's some contention. 736.63. Okay. 736.63 is the key level. Before we go, can you look at Tesla failed on a major trend line? Yeah, Tesla on the daily. 5 more minutes, guys. 100 likes to the giveaway. Okay, 5 more minutes, 100 likes to the giveaway. I'm hoping we can get that done. If not, we'll try again tomorrow. Okay, Tesla. On the daily, you said? Tesla on the daily. SPY, here we go, guys. That's where SPY is. Tesla report earnings. So to look at Tesla, without doing too much thinking, or without overthinking it, overcomplicating it, getting overly technical, what level stands out to you the most? Okay. SPY looking for the lows of the day. So automatically, that level stands out to me the most. Okay, these lows down here. So that's probably the low that you're referring to, the major level on the daily. So gap down from earnings, Tesla's fallen off the cliff. So at some point in time, this gap needs to be addressed. So for Tesla to get all the way back up here where it used to be a few weeks ago, okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts getting past that to get to this territory. Okay, think of it like this. Think of this as a river. Okay, for Tesla to get on the other side of the river, right, it needs to possibly walk through the river or build a bridge across the river. All right, so meaning it needs to gap up back above it. So if you're looking for Tesla to get all the way up here, it's going to have to address this gap at some point in time. When is that some point in time? We shall see. Now what stands out to you as well? You got these lows, and boom, you got these lows as well. So far, currently, without going too far back. Okay, now what stands out to you as well? You got these highs, you got these highs. Okay. So now in this sequence, since basically December 2025, which way is Tesla going? Right? Generally speaking, is Tesla in an uptrend? Is Tesla in a downtrend? Is Tesla making higher highs, higher lows? Is Tesla making lower highs and lower lows? Okay, we can't refute what it's doing. Okay, lower low, earnings, lower low, potentially brewing. And the fact that it knocked out these lows, technically, that is a lower low. It's just, okay, there's a final landing spot there. Okay, so the lower low already got printed. Now it's where's the landing spot? So now Tesla's working its way all the way into this high up here from 2023. Okay, and that high also was revisited a few times in summer 25. Between June and August, okay, Tesla spent some time in that area after breaking and reclaiming that. Okay, so between February 2025, it fell below it, got back above it in May, bounced off of this multiple times last summer. So Tesla's basically back at last summer's price. All right. So basically Tesla's very close to 52-week lows or at 52-week lows. So now Tesla can start to find a little bit of support in this general area. Not being too detailed, not being too specific, just doing very basic fundamentals. Very basic technicals, I should say. Okay, so between that area, Tesla can possibly find a landing spot. Okay, that's where Tesla is. So now if you're looking for ideas to trade, does it swing? Is it swing ideas? Is it leap ideas? Is it day trade ideas? Day trade ideas, you can't day trade this range. This range is too big to day trade. You can't trade a range between 300 and 275. Okay, that's too large of a range. All right, so now you start to get a little more technical intraday, and you find the opportunity. Bigger picture, Tesla is down how many percent from those all-time highs? SPY continues to make lower lows, guys. Let's get a quick measure on Tesla. Finish breaking down Tesla here. Tesla is 36%. Okay, close to 40%. So Tesla's in bear market territory. For individual name, especially a name like Tesla, I wouldn't use that 20%. I'll use maybe the 30 or 40% to label a bear market territory. So Tesla is discounted 30%. So look at the technicals, look at the fundamentals, and start to craft an idea based off that territory. All right, do you want to get the dip? If you're looking to buy the dip on Tesla, you're looking to buy the lower low. That's what dip buy is. All right, you're looking to buy a lower low. Okay, no divergence there because of earnings. Okay, so that's a quick, simple breakdown on Tesla. If you take a look at it on the weekly, a lot of selling on the weekly. Tesla very rarely comes and tests this 200 EMA on the weekly. When did it do that? It did that in 2025. Okay, this can be a seasonal thing. It spent some time at it in 2023. Spent some time below it in 2024. So it looks like every year Tesla comes into this 200. All right, so one of two things takes place off this 200. Right, it's either it aggressively bounces off the 200, okay, or it just fails to hold it, spends some time below it, and then reclaims that 200. Okay, so Tesla's coming into potential buying opportunity. Okay, Google, since we're there. Google testing that 20 MA for the first time in a long time. 20 MA tests on Google. That does look appealing to me. With a 20 MA kind of on its own. Right, so Google rarely does that. So ever since it crossed this 200 on the weekly, it's only tested that 20 MA got below it once in this stretch. And that was during the tariff fiasco. 31%. Tariff fiasco sent Google lower by 31%. Currently, Google's down about 22% from all-time highs. 31% would be equivalent to Google coming into this territory. So that tariff fiasco situation, when we did fell below the 20, got into that 50 EMA on the hourly, on the weekly, and then reclaimed it. An equivalent of that would be Google coming into this territory. Right, so if Google does drop some more, this area is very interesting on Google. Okay, 260s, 270, 262, 275. But medium term, all right, that 20 MA retest. See how that holds up on Google. Oh, it did fall below that at 50% retrace. Okay. Bigger picture thinking. So now back to the intraday. Back to the intraday. SPY slides for another push to the downside. Hourly, still some selling pressure. 15, still some selling pressure. Buyers trying to step in on this 15-minute stretch. That 5, buyers are trying, but the 9 is being respected. IWM fell below that PML. Okay. That's your breakdown on Tesla. All right, so done for the day. 3 trades today. All 3 trades worked in our favor outside of that mishap on NVIDIA. Tomorrow is Friday, so make sure to join us for Friday. Ramp down Friday. Let's close the week off as strong as possible, guys. All right, let's close the week off as strong as possible. If you're closing on your first green week, make sure to size all the way down. I give up this challenge every single week. If it's your first ever green week, okay, I challenge you not to take any trades tomorrow. All right, and sail into the weekend with your profits. Okay. If we get 100 likes here, we'll do the giveaway. Let me refresh, take a look. Pull up YouTube on my side. Any questions, guys? Any questions, any questions, any questions? Okay, we're testing that 736.63. 736.63 test. Yeah, I'm safe, Fishman. Just storming hard here. I'm at the office right now. The rain is a little soothing. I think it stopped, but I can hear it. Yeah, everyone stay safe if you're getting impacted by the rain. Joe, I learned so much. I joined in May. I've become a better trader in just a few months. Thank you, Joe. That's the point. That's the objective, guys. That's the objective. How did you know 736 was the spot? My key levels. All right, so key level indicator is not out for the public right now. All right, so it's not available to the public right now. It's only available to our members. All right, so these are the most important key levels. All right, so these levels, they have to be industry standard. All right, so those levels are automatically plotted on your chart. So they will be available at some point in time. All right, but what it does, what the indicator does is it plots out the most important key levels for you. Actually, I haven't debuted the engine. Let's see how the engine did. Okay. I'm still working on it. So let's see how it did. Okay, the engine works well on the 5. Right, engine is basically what's going to take place at the key level. Is there going to be calls or is there going to be puts? See if there's any signals. Okay, so far the engine gave us one signal. Puts up here. Okay. So there's only one signal from the SAT key level engine. Okay, and the puts is all the way up here. So this is different than Shockwave. These engines are based on the key levels. Okay, these entries and exits and ideas are based on the key levels. This will be available very soon as well. All right, so but these levels are the most important levels. If you look on the 1, there was some other. There was a call. There was a call here. 1, call here. Okay, take it back into that territory. Put here, and put there. So it's basically assessing this action here and saying we're going to break down below this. So when these signals do come into play, you're going to have to mark out your own risk reward. Okay? You just don't want to just hold it and hold on for dear life. And then also put here for this key level breakdown. All right, so the engine is not fully ready yet. That's a sneak peek. So the updated version will have the engine. Okay, the updated version, some of you do have the other version. Okay, the updated version will have the engine on top of it. So at this point in time, your job now becomes execute. Take the setups outline over the things you look for every day. Okay. Work on the things between the ears. Become great at taking profits. Become great at cutting trades when they work against you. Become great at managing your emotions. Become great at keeping fear in check. Keeping greed in check. Become great at bouncing back from losses. Become great at managing massive winning streaks. Okay, that's what's going to help you focus on. All right, any questions, guys? Any questions before I wrap it up? Now we're at 102 likes. Okay, so let's do a giveaway here. So between now and 11:50, put your names in the chat. Okay, now at 11:50, put your names in the chat. Looking for we'll start off with the folks in the Discord. This is for one-on-one coaching call. Okay. Obviously, you have to schedule it. Got you, Jen, Jennifer, Jake. Everyone is eligible. Brandon B. We'll start off with the Discord. Joe P. Appreciate it real quiet. Tremendous job on scalping. You've been doing a tremendous job with the TPs. And taking the money and running. Keep it up. We got Joe P. We got Judith on YouTube. So put your names in the chat, okay, between now and 11:50, okay, and the giveaway will be down on screen. All right, so we can do this every day, but we need to hit the 100 like threshold during first shift. Jeremy, Gary, Inder, so I got until Joe P and Judith in Discord. Okay, Etienne. Is it Etienne? Etienne. Okay, we'll give you another 7 minutes, guys, to put your names in. Question: how can I get started? How can I get started trading a company's account? You mean a prop firm account, or you mean trading for a company like Morgan Stanley, one of the bigger players? If you can clarify, I can better answer your question. To get one of those positions to trade, probably you need to know someone that knows someone, have the proper licensing. Okay. Testing the 9 EMA. Know someone that knows someone, and that could possibly open the door for you. If you're talking about prop firms, you just buy a challenge and you trade. Okay, so put your names in the chat for the giveaway, guys. We have until 11:50. We'll do the giveaway at 11:50. I'm gonna try this new giveaway thing. Instead of the wheel, we'll go with the ducks. Instead of the wheel, we'll go with the ducks. Spy, okay. What pattern is this? Can let me know, someone let me know in the chat. What pattern is this? And what is it rejecting off of on the 5 minute here? So, technical pattern. Okay, technical pattern. Along with this is very scalpable. Along with EMA rejection. 9 EMA rejection. Back to what? Back to 736.63. Okay. That is your window. From here to here. Of course, you'd like it to get to 735, but that's what it's giving. You take what it gives. If you want to see if it has more, you can use a runner. Appreciate you, Goji, for having an awesome Discord and your work. Support keep us going, whether we have a bad week or a good week. With your unique team building skill set, we all know we will get our goal over time. Appreciate it, Brian. In due time, guys. Everyone will have a chance, guys. Everyone will have a chance. Appreciate it. A prop firm, yeah, just go to prop firm, and then there's not a single one that I recommend. All right, so I can't give a recommendation. Okay, so if you're looking to get started trading, I would say before you even start trading, learn about the space. So that's the boring answer. I know there's a lot of interest in going ahead and getting started, but I would say learn about the space first. Learn about the different asset classes. Learn about the futures market, options market, equities, commodities. Be well versed in all those spaces, and then even Forex side of things. I know Forex gets a bad rap, but learn about that as well. You want to have a general understanding of everything. And then pick the one that best suits your style. After you learn the technicals, after you learn how to properly trade, okay? Pick the one that best suits your style. If it's futures, all right. If you have an account at your disposal, of course, when you're trading, you don't want to use money that you're depending on day to day, week to week. You want to use disposable money that you're okay with parting ways with, meaning you're okay with making that investment. What is the investment in? The investment is in yourself. The investment is not in a contract. You're giving yourself a chance to learn, invest in yourself, so you can learn this skill set. All right? If you take that journey the long way, I think you'll find success faster, as opposed to if you try to go the fast way, it will take you a long time to find success. right? But funded accounts are available as well if you're into futures. Rusty Wolf. Okay, 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute for the giveaway. Football season is returning. College football season is returning, guys. It's a good time. Spot price is the current price. All right. So far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people for the giveaway. Any last entries? I'm going to try this. Okay, Monty, let's put you on. Last entry. Any other entries? Let me check the Discord real quick. I have Joe P. I don't want to miss anyone. Okay, the list is set. Here we go. Do I need to sign in? Give me 1 second. Any last entries? Here we go. Here we go. Don't mind the noise. I'll mute this thing. All right, who's the winner? We're going to have this going for 1 minute. That might be a little long. All right, we'll check back on that in a few minutes. In a few seconds. Inverse head and shoulder possibly forming. Did I do 1 hour? 1 hour. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. 1 minute. Not 1 hour. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. Okay, there we go. We'll be here all day if it's an hour. Okay? All right, looks like Ender's in the lead. I just beat cancer, so I already won. Wow, that's amazing to hear. Congratulations on your victory. All right, 15 seconds. It looks like Jake R. Jake R's in the lead. Jake R. Jeremy's pulling in. Jake R starting to fade. Joe P. Joe P jumps in and takes the win. So Joe P is the winner. So Joe P's already in our Discord. So Joe P, make sure to send me a DM. I will set up a coaching call for any time starting next week. I'll be available, or I have availabilities next week. All right, so Joe P, send me a DM. All right, we can get that set up for next week or whatever works best for your schedule. I'll send you my calendar. All right, but don't forget to send me a DM now so I don't forget. Okay, so we're eligible for a giveaway every single day, guys. Every single day we're eligible for a giveaway. All I ask is 100 like threshold, so we can get that done within the first hour of the show. So as far as the program is concerned, we already took our 3 trades. All 3 setups worked in our favor. The best one being, of course, SPY. That breakdown on SPY was gorgeous. NVIDIA was nice as well. We took Apple as well. All right, so Apple, NVIDIA, and SPY. No double dips today. Okay, no double dips today. Just one shot was it. On that note, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. Unless you guys have any questions, we'll look to wrap it up here. I have no questions on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Free Trade Friday. And we're going to be wrapping up the week. It's going to be a very interesting way the market wraps up the week. We did see some sellers step in. So for the rest of the day, keep a close eye on this critical key zone here. All right. The primary fight is going to be over the 740, 81 territory. All right. Who can dictate the action there? If the sellers can close it below that territory, that's a victory for them. If buyers can try to get a nice push above that area and maybe get a push at that area, maybe get a push into these levels here, they're still lost, but they're going to try to build momentum going into tomorrow, maybe into next week. All right. So again, what a sell-off. Big thing is, guys, patience is key. Right. So you can see this one took basically a good chunk of the day for you to wait for the setup. Once the setup came into play, worked out beautifully. On that note, guys, as always, if you're green, stay clean. If you're still in the trenches, all right, make sure to trade your setups. If you don't see your setups, don't take any trades. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, and God bless each and every one of you.
Jesus is the answer.
When the charts went dark, when the road got narrow, he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen, thinking one more win would finally make me complete. Running after green candles like they could save my soul. The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand, watch the tide roll in. Learning every earthly kingdom has an end. Some valleys look so deep, I couldn't see the light. Some storms got so strong, I couldn't win the fight. But every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child, keep
Walking on.
not because I'm worthy,
Not because I'm worried.
not because I'm strong,
Not because I'm strong.
but because the shepherd
Never change.
never leaves his own. Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows,
Through the joy and pain.
the cross still stands when
Everything goes fake.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone,
Every man.
there fear inside my chest,
So bold.
questions without answers,
Answers.
battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch,
But Psalm 23.
kept reminding me to trust. Though I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies, I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place. I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock. I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy,
Life story I could never write.
turning broken chances into testimony and life.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm when the market
Markets start to sway.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain.
The card still stands when
Everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley's found.
If you're tired of running.
If you're carrying change,
If you're searching for purpose.
in success or in fame,
The good news is simple.
debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day.
3 days later.
The stone rolled away.
Death lost its victory.
The grave could not stay.
Whoever believes.
Whoever will come
Will find forgiveness in the Father's
I
Son.
still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope isn't found and the outcome is dead. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall.
The price remains Lord over all.
The market can give,
The market can take
but eternity rests.
on a different step.
So when the candles flicker,
And uncertainty grows.
I remember the one who's already in control.
The Lamb who was slain.
The King who will reign
The Alpha and Omega.
forever the same.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the answer.
ever and ever.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
Jesus is the answer.
The answer.
Jesus is the
Jesus is the
answer.
answer. Though I walk through the valley.
You are with me.
Shadows around me.
You are with me.
Through the valley.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Jesus is the answer.
When the charts went dark, when the road got narrow, he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen,
Going free.
thinking one more win would finally make me complete.
Made me complete.
Running after green candles like they could save my soul.
Like my soul.
The prophets make a poor guy window sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand. Watch the tide roll in. Learning every earthly kingdom has an end. Some valleys look so deep, I couldn't see the light. Some storms got so strong, I couldn't wing the fight. Oh, but every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child, keep
Walking on,
not because I'm worthy,
not because I'm worried,
not because I'm strong,
not because I'm strong,
but because the shepherd
never share.
never leaves his own. Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way,
The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows,
through the joy and pain,
the cross still stands when
everything goes fake.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone.
Every man,
There's fear inside my chest.
so bold,
Questions without answers.
answers,
Battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch.
but Psalm 23,
Kept reminding me to trust. So I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies. I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place. I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock. I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy,
life story I could never write.
turning broken chapters into testimony and light.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way,
The anchor in the storm when the
market's about this way,
through the highs and lows,
through the joy and pain,
the call still stands when
everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley's found.
If you're tired of running,
If you're carrying change,
if you're searching for purpose,
in success or in fame,
the good news is simple.
debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day.
3 days later,
The stone rolled away.
death lost its victory.
The grave could not stay.
Whoever believes
Whoever will come
will find forgiveness in the Father's
I
Son.
still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope is eternal and the outcome is dead. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall.
Christ remains Lord over all.
The market can give,
The market can take
but eternity rests.
on a different step,
So when the candles flicker,
and uncertainty grows.
so remember the one who's already in control.
The Lamb who was slain,
The King who will reign
the Alpha and Omega.
forever the star.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Ever and ever.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
Jesus is the answer.
The answer.
Jesus is the
Jesus is the
answer.
answer. Though I walk through the valley,
You are with me.
shadows surround me.
You are with me.
Through the valley,
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Jesus is the answer.
When the charts went dark, when the road got narrow, he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen,
Going free,
thinking one more win would finally make me complete.
made me complete.
Burning after green candles like they could save my soul.
Like my soul.
The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand,
House on sand,
watch the tide roll in.
watch the tide roll in.
Learning every earthly
Every king,
kingdom has an end.
come has a name.
Some valleys look so deep,
So deep,
I couldn't see the light.
couldn't see the light.
Some storms got so strong,
Souls got so
I couldn't wing the fight.
the fight.
Oh, but every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child,
Keep walking on.
not because I'm worthy,
Not because I'm worried,
not because I'm strong,
not because I'm strong,
but because the shepherd
never share.
never leaves his own.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the high nights I sat alone. There's fear inside my chest. Questions without answers. Battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch.
But Psalm 23
Kept reminding me to trust. Though I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies, I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place.
I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock.
I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy,
Life story I could never write.
turning broken chances into testimony and
Jesus is the answer.
life. Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm when the
Market's fucked his way.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain,
The call still stands when
everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
He's the day and now, the King who walks
Beside us through every valley found. If you're tired of running,
if you're carrying change
if you're searching for purpose,
in success or anything,
the good news is simple.
the debt has been paid.
Jesus took our place upon the cross that day. 3 days later,
The stone rolled away.
death lost its victory.
The grave could not stay.
Whoever believes
Whoever will come
will find forgiveness in the Father's
I
Son.
still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope is eternal and the outcome is dead. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall.
Christ remains Lord over all.
The market can give,
The market can take
but eternity rests.
on a different step.
So when the candles flicker,
And uncertainty grows.
I remember the one who's already in control.
The Lamb who was slain,
The King who will reign
the Alpha and Omega.
forever the same.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Ever and ever.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
Jesus is the answer.
The answer.
Jesus is the
Jesus is the
answer.
answer. Though I walk through the valley,
You are with me.
shadows surround me.
You are with me.
Through the valley,
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Jesus is the answer.
When the charge went dark, when the road got narrow, he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen,
Going free,
thinking one more win would finally make me complete.
made me complete.
Burning after green candles like they could save my soul.
Like my soul.
The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand,
House on sand.
watch the tide roll in,
Watch the tide roll in.
learning every earthly
Every king
kingdom has an end.
come has an end.
Some valleys look so deep,
So deep,
I couldn't see the light.
couldn't see the light.
Some storms got so strong,
Souls got so
strong I couldn't win the fight.
the fight.
But every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child,
Keep walking on.
not because I'm worthy,
Not because I'm worried.
not because I'm strong,
Not because I'm strong.
but because the shepherd
Never share.
never leaves his own.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm when the
Markets
market
start to sway.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain,
The cross still stands when
everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone.
Every man
There's fear inside my chest.
so bold.
Questions without answers.
Answers.
Battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch.
But Psalm 23
Kept reminding me to trust. Though I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies, I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place.
I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock.
I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy,
Life story I could never write.
turning broken chances into testimony and life.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm when the
Market's fucked his way.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain,
The call still stands when
everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is every valley's found.
If you're tired of running,
If you're carrying change,
if you're searching for purpose,
in success or in fame,
the good news is simple.
the debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day.
3 days later,
The stone rolled away.
death lost the victory.
The grave could not stay.
Whoever believes
Whoever will come
will find forgiveness in the Father's
I
Son.
still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope isn't found and the outcome is there. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall.
Christ remains Lord over all.
The market can give,
The market can take
but eternity rests.
on a different step.
So when the candles flicker,
And uncertainty grows.
I remember the one who's already in control.
The Lamb who was slain,
The King who will reign
the Alpha and Omega.
forever the sun.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
The anchor in the storm.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Ever and ever.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the way.
Jesus is the answer.
The answer.
Jesus is the
Jesus is the
answer.
answer. Though I walk through the valley,
You are with me.
shadows surround me.
You are with me.
Through the valley,
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Jesus is the answer.
When the charge went dark, when the road got narrow, he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen,
Going stream,
thinking one more win would finally make me complete.
made me complete.
Running after green candles like they could save my soul.
Like my soul.
The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand,
House on sand.
watch the tide roll in,
Watch the tide roll in.
learning every earthly
Every king
kingdom has an end.
come has an end.
Some valleys look so deep,
So deep,
I couldn't see the light.
couldn't see the light.
Some storms got so strong,
Souls got so
strong I couldn't win the fight.
the fight.
But every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child, keep.
Walking on.
Not because I'm worthy,
Not because I'm worried.
not because I'm strong,
Not because I'm strong.
but because the shepherd
Never share.
never leaves his own.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm when the market
Start to sway.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain.
The cross still stands when
Everything goes fake.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone,
Every man
there's fear inside my chest,
so bold.
questions without answers,
Answers.
battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch,
But Psalm 23.
kept reminding me to trust. So I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies. I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place. I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock. I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy,
Life story I could never write.
turning broken chances into testimony and life.
Jesus is the answer.
Jesus is the answer,
Jesus is the way.
the anchor in the storm when the
Market start to sway.
through the highs and lows.
Through the joy and pain.
The call still stands when
Everything else fades.
Jesus is the answer.
The answer.
Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley's found.
If you're tired of running,
If you're carrying change,
if you're searching for purpose,
in success or in fame,
the good news is simple.
debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day.
3 days later,
The stone rolled away.
death lost the victory.
The grave could not stay.
Whoever believes
Whoever will come
will find forgiveness in the Father's
I
Son.
still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope isn't found and the outcome is there. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall.
Christ remains Lord over all.
The market can give,
The market can take
but eternity rests.
on a different step.
So when the candles flicker,
And uncertainty grows.
I remember the one who's already in control.
The Lamb who was slain.
The King who will reign
The Alpha and Omega.
forever. is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Though I walk through the valley, you are with me. Shadows around me, you are with me. Through the valley, Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Jesus is the answer. Oh. When the charge went dark, what? When the road got narrow, oh. He was there. Jesus is the answer. I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen. Thinking one more win would finally make me complete. Running after green candles like they could save my soul. The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Ooh, yeah. Build my house on sand. Watch the tide roll in. Learning every earthly kingdom has an end. Some valleys look so deep, I couldn't see the light. Some storms got so strong, I couldn't win the fight. Oh, but every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child, keep walking on. Not because I'm worthy, not because I'm strong, but because the shepherd never leaves his own. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the way. The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows, through the joy and pain, the cross still stands when everything else fades. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone. There's fear inside my chest. So cold. Questions without answers. Battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch. But Psalm 23 kept reminding me to trust. So I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies. I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place. I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock. I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy, life story I could never write, turning broken chances into testimony and life. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the way. The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows, through the joy and pain, the car still stands when everything else fades. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley's found. If you're tired of running, if you're carrying change, if you're searching for purpose in success or anything, the good news is simple. The debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day. 3 days later, the stone rolled away. Death lost the victory. The grave could not stay. Whoever believes, whoever will come, will find forgiveness in the Father's Son. I still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope is eternal and the outcome is dead. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall, the price remains Lord over all. The market can give, the market can take, but eternity rests on a different stage. So when the candles flicker and uncertainty grows, I remember the one who's already in control. The Lamb who was slain, the King who will reign, the Alpha and Omega, forever the same. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the way. The anchor in the storm. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Though I walk through the valley, you are with me. Shadows around me, you are with me. Through the valley, Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Jesus is the answer. Oh. When the charge went dark, what? When the road got narrow, oh. He was there. Jesus is the answer. Counting hits, chasing numbers on a glowing screen. Thinking one more win would finally make me complete. Burning after green candles like they can save my soul. The prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne. Build my house on sand. Watch the tide roll in. Learning every earthly kingdom has an end. Some valleys look so deep, I couldn't see the light. Some storms got so strong, I couldn't win the fight. But every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child, keep walking on. Not because I'm worthy, not because I'm strong, but because the shepherd never leaves his own. Jesus is the answer. The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows, through the joy and pain, the cross still stands when everything else fades. Jesus is the answer. Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley found. Yeah, there were nights I sat alone. There's fear inside my chest. Questions without answers. Battles without rest. The shadow of death felt close enough to touch. But Psalm 23 kept reminding me to trust. Though I walk through valleys dark as midnight skies, I will fear no evil, for you're right by my side. The rod and the staff, the comfort and grace, the God of resurrection meeting me in that place. I've seen doors swing open that no man could unlock. I've seen peace show up when logic said it could not. I've seen mercy, life story I could never write, turning broken chances into testimony and life. Jesus is the answer. The anchor in the storm when the market starts to sway. Through the highs and lows, through the joy and pain, the car still stands when everything else fades. Jesus is the answer. Yesterday and now, the King who walks beside us through every valley's found. If you're tired of running, if you're carrying change, if you're searching for purpose in success or in fame, the good news is simple. The debt has been paid. Jesus took our place upon the cross that day. 3 days later, the stone rolled away. Death lost the victory. The grave could not stay. Whoever believes, whoever will come, will find forgiveness in the Father's Son. I still trade, I still work, I still plan and prepare, but my hope is eternal and the outcome is there. Because fortunes rise and fortunes fall, Christ remains Lord over all. The market can give, the market can take, but eternity rests on a different stage. So when the candles flicker and uncertainty grows, I remember the one who's already in control. The Lamb who was slain, the King who will reign, the Alpha and Omega, forever the same. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. The anchor in the storm. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Though I walk through the valley, you are with me. Shadows around me, you are with me. Jesus is the answer. Forever and ever. Amen. Jesus is the answer. When the charge went down.